Welcome to the channel Tech Base. You can get global latest technological news in daily video. Please subscribe this channel. Intel Corporation began to enter the wafer foundry, competing with TSMC, Samsung, and other companies in order to obtain more customers. According to Intel's plan, by 2030, it will be the world's largest wafer manufacturing company. At the critical moment when Intel was preparing to build a wafer foundry, the top executives of the chip foundry left their jobs one after another. And TSMC has also made up its mind to set up the 3 nanometers process in the United States. Can Intel continue to maintain its competitive advantage? Can TSMC's factory in the United States be safe and sound? The head of Intel's wafer foundry steps down. When Intel was at its peak, it was the world's largest wafer manufacturer, with the most cutting-edge process technology, and became the world's largest transistor. In addition, Gordon Moore, the founder of Intel Corporation, also created Moore's theorem decades ago. But now Intel has lost its former glory. Not only has it been surpassed by AMD in the market, but the company's revenue and profits have declined for several months. In terms of chip manufacturing, their technology is even several generations behind TSMC and Samsung. Intel's wafer industry in the United States is not a simple matter. But Intel itself is a large fab with a very strong foundation. After becoming CEO, Intel technology giant Kissinger established his own wafer production route. They have invested $20 billion in Ohio, and have competed for wafer foundries around the world, and Intel's wafer production capabilities have been greatly improved. With the support of the United States, Intel's development in the semiconductor industry is getting better and better. According to Intel, 7 of the top 10 largest companies in the world are already customers of the company. These users will provide the required orders to Intel's wafer foundry department, and when the Ohio factory is completed, they can guarantee the customer's wafer output. The reason why Intel was able to obtain so many orders is entirely due to the credit of Ron Thoku, director of its contract chip manufacturing department. The CEO of the company has already signed a contract with Intel and MediaTek. In addition, Ron Thoku has also participated in several required M&A transactions. In other words, without this executive, Intel's foundry business may not be able to win the favor of many customers. However, it was such an important person who announced his resignation from Intel at this time, and was confirmed by Intel officials. Ron Thoku will naturally serve in the first season of the next year, when there will be a leader to succeed Ron Thoku. Can Intel continue to maintain its competitive advantage? Intel has always lagged behind TSMC in manufacturing technology, while Samsung began to speed up the production process after Kissinger took office, subverting the traditional chip naming model. The specific research and development direction is until 2025, and the specific research and development directions are Intel 7, Intel 4, Intel 3, Intel 20A, Intel 18A. It stands to reason that Intel 20A and TSMC are 2 nanometers process. If Intel has made a breakthrough on the 20A chip, then it is possible to compete with TSMC on the 2 nanometers process. Intel 18A is carried out within 2 nanometers, and it is said that major companies such as Qualcomm and Nvidia are interested in it. Intel's purpose is obvious, that is, it wants to keep pace with TSMC and Samsung in the foundry and sees more high-end wafers. At this juncture, Randy Thaku suddenly stepped down at this juncture. Can Intel maintain its competitive advantage? I worry that Intel will face more competition, and after Randy Thaku leaves, it may be difficult for Intel to continue to sign contracts with customers. This is not something everyone can accept. Intel's foundry business cannot be completed by only one person. Intel has the support of the United States, which has approved a new wafer subsidy program that will provide Intel with $12 billion in funding. Intel's core technology is the key to determining the manufacturing process and chip output. Can TSMC's factory in the United States be safe and sound? Intel's top executives have left, while TSMC continues to increase investment. On November 21, Morris Chang, the founder of TSMC, confirmed that he will establish a 3nm process company in the United States. Therefore, the 3nm production base is not only 5nm, TSMC will also establish a 3nm production base in the United States. Originally, TSMC's biggest competitor in the United States is Intel, and the United States intends to use Intel to break away from TSMC's dependence, which is obvious. If Intel can grow up smoothly, it is likely to win orders from TSMC. However, things will always turn around. Randy Thaku, Intel's head of wafer foundry, is TSMC's factory in the United States stable? TSMC can temporarily stabilize. If Intel is not their opponent, TSMC can continue to manufacture transistors for American customers in terms of technology and capabilities. Without an order from Intel, it would be impossible for TSMC to gain a foothold in the US. TSMC continues to expand its business in the United States, and Morris Chang confirmed that it will establish a production base for 3nm chips in the United States. On the contrary, Intel has been eliminated for several generations, its production capacity has been limited, and its management has left one after another. Intel has no way to flourish in the field of chip foundry. TSMC has gone through the road for more than 30 years, and Intel cannot reach the sky in one step. Thank you for your watching.